Hey everyone, this is my Malahil Morja Wali. I am a student of Rehan School Kurengi campus. Today we have the honor of speaking with Ma'am Isabel, a professional leader dedicated to creating positive change in society with a background in economics, public policy, open government, and international development. Ma'am Isabel is a bring a wealth of knowledge and experience to our discussion. So, Ma'am Isabel, thank you for joining us today. So, how are you? Can you please unmute your mic?
Hey, hi, nice to meet you, and I'm happy to share with my experience here, and I'm happy to connect with people of the other country and with the town people too, and thank you for the invitation.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am. So, before moving on questions, can you please introduce yourself for my viewers?
Okay, now Ana Isabel Filio, I'm from Peru, and I'm an economist and I work in a government public sector. And I participate in some other spaces, for example, in different NGOs. The focus is in relation between the poverty, the education, the gender, the government, engagement with the environment too. And I have a different experience about the different topics about my career. Now, and I study my master degree in statistics, and I have important the data in general too. And I some participate and I have the leadership in different institutions or governments and in the other organizations. And I'm happy to share with this interview.
All right, ma'am, that's a great answer. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. So, now let's move on to questions. My first question is on your screen. Can you tell us about your role as a president of RILG and your involvement with the Neapolitan Award in 2021, 2022, and 2023?
Okay, and thank you for this question because the relation between two Valentine and I is that good because when I in 2001 and I obtained the winner and I was a winner in the Napolitan Awards in relation with the young people with the finish. I consider it was important for me because when I finished this period of time about the young people. Now, in 222 and 223, I think that other wins, for example, the Rising Star with the other category, and it's the increase about in general my experience, my growth, in general my experience is not only professional, because I consider with the relation with my life, with the impact with my obtain some knowledge, and define some other topics in my future too. In the president of the organization in this network RLE is the network relation people the other countries in Latin American people innovation and leadership in government is I studied these courses, this program in Georgetown University, and in this period of time, and I identified some skills about the innovation in the government in general too, and identify some other point of view about the government in Latin America too. Now, and I is the president of this network, over and I identify some skills about this group of people. And the other point is the relation between these points and words, and I obtained some experience about the NGOs in the period my participation in general. I identify some. However, when I start at the program, when I president of the network in 222, when I start my this program, I identify some skills about this obtain some knowledge to connect with my special to participation in different NGO. However, when this knowledge and I identify some points to connect with my work in the NGOs in general too, because the focus was my participation, the webinar, the other participation, to identify some about the open government, about the open data, about the leadership into the job policies too. However, and I see that my mind, open other opportunities to obtain some numbers of work, and I think that connect with step by step to connect with spirits. For me, what's important.
All right, ma'am. Fantastic answer. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. My next question is for you. How do you see the future of work evolving, especially in terms of economic development and public policy?
Okay. And I see that, for example, and I first shown in relation, and I focus about my career, for example. And I economist, where I study different portfolio relation with experience of that time, and I go to more about the public management, but also and I think that but also that applies more of public policy can influence further. That's quite interesting to know about the development of the cities or for example, or sustainable mobility can be changed in the city in general. So when I think that I start with a focus about my experience uh, about the relation between the public policy in general to this focus about the smart city, etc. However, when I study, when I enter to the group of people in this case of the government, because and I consider what interesting topic to study or to general management in general, and I define some opportunities to connect with different servant public with the relation with this because about the modernization of the government in general is a good point in politics about in general in Latin America and other countries. However, it is necessary to identify some knowledge about okay, and I work in this special area. However, what is the shape of, of my position or my work in relation with not only my function or different functions of the area, what is the more necessary to take more experience or to get more words, more hours to obtain some solution. However, I necessary to identify some. And I think this is the difference. And I did this, in this opportunity identify some problems or some different experience about that. In general, with the right word and the public sector, it is hard to identify the national position because when I work in my case, my work is national position. For example, and I want a minister of education, is national in general, the balance in Peru in general. However, some people with the work is rural area or other municipalities or other districts here, identify all experience of this policy, public policy about the government and the two is difficult to connect with people in general when the work is in national focus with the regional or the rural areas, for example. And it is necessary to this group of people need to some skills to obtain other knowledge about about public policy in general, or for example, to connect with that is now the topic of the government of what is the position, the possibility to connect with the organization in general. This is different. However, in my case, and I'm very grateful to work in this part of the government because for me, and it was very good to start with the government in general. However, it is in this space identify some positive things or negative things. However, it's the opportunity to obtain some knowledge or positive or the negative thing, or in other space when I have capacity to connect to sales. This is what I feel because in general, when I work or people work in the public sector, some people participate in the public policy in general to take the decision or decision makers. However, the people when I participate in some NGOs, it's not necessary to forget the line is the directive with the palestinian, which the function is what have the impact to the public policy and the connect with the people in the communities. And I think that is the impact.
All right, that's really a wonderful answer. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the great answer. My next question is for you. As a GPODS fellow, what insight or innovations are you bringing to the field of international development?
Okay. In this, and I study in this organization, and I have been some knowledge about the innovation tools, because and I have the different mentors about, for example, not only at the university, Cornell University, other universities too, and this group of mentors, what is OTAN, other multilateral organization, identify some skills about my experience or about my career. However, in this focus about the person identifies not only innovation to with the sustainability and diplomacy, because in general in this program, the group of people studied was a different country. However, in some people in Latin American person and identifies two. In my case, in my cohort, it was a Mexican people and a Peruvian people with a Peruvian. However, the dynamic about the politics in general, the diplomacy in general is different to the in Asia, in Europe, that Latin American is different because the reality of the Latin American the focus is directly with the United States because some people in the general the government to connect with more connect with the politics about the United Nations. Uh, because some people in general Latin American people the principal works independent of the experience of the work in the multilateralism, organization, or for example, because the politics is the relations. However, when I decide to study this program about the GPODS, I consider with identify some. Okay, I need to understand with what happened about the political situation, economic situation, and social situation in other countries around the world because it's important to the decision because yes, and I work with my government general. However, and I think that is important to my growth, to the work experience, to connect to get some other knowledge in the public policy in general to take decision. It is possible to obtain some results with a study at some programs in the country over this. For example, in this groups, I identify some examples with the reality for the Brazilian is different to the situation with the principal state of decisions about the different problems with the Latin America in general because it is a more focus about the diplomacy, sustainability, the analyzing the consider Brazil in general, the politics about the environment is more development in relation with Latin America, for example. Now, and I think that it was important for me because and I intended to identify some experience, to obtain some knowledge, to obtain some skills to connect with my what's the impact to the world in general. So, and I think that this was important. for my career connection.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. So, how can open government and public innovation contribute to improving the future of work?
Okay, and I think that for example, it's a good yes, it's a good point to connect with that. So government with the public innovation. For example, identify the work program in coordination with other organization when I study at organization in Argentina, and the case of the other institution when I for example, I'm with a vision about the open data and we start discovering with the how we can generate new opportunities related to good governance through the transparency and accountability and the government should have and it's important space to explore with and making for example the government identifies some strategies skills when I repeat the transparency accountability to the government or what is the impact to the government with the work in general to the government and what the impact to the community to the society to use the open data opportunity to the data decision is an episode with the relation between data, the relation between what information is necessary to the community and what to the community need to obtain some decision necessary however and I think that okay and I obtain some information about the data however what happened about this data is necessary to the community to obtain some data about the data okay it's possible for example we need some experience some examples about that is necessary to the who is, for example, necessary to the community because, for example, some people like in general to the community to obtain some information. And the question is, what happened now? What happened about the data? I understand the data. I understand. It's possible to now understand, or it's possible to get to understand. However, I necessary to generate the generate the match information with the government with a connect with the people. For example, it's necessary to the for the government in general. These are the in addition to come to the information. Yes, now in relation with the innovation, it's necessary to create some space to the innovation. It's difficult because the government in general, the administration in general, has different problems, different focus of problems in the different sectors, and education, in the gender, about the recovery, transportation, it is however necessary to the create some space to the innovation solution. Now, it's some ministers in general create a labor laboratory of innovation is such an opportunity to create some different skills to impact what is the impact of the society, for example. And I see this as a good opportunity to create some space for the laboratory to innovation because it is based to the connect with innovation to the for create some solution. For example, in the Minister of the Inclusion, Social Inclusion, is and I see this a place update some impact evaluation to the different programs, for example, to the related to problems, different programs, different analyzing this space to coordinate with different, for example, opportunities to place some innovations. Not only in the instrumental methodological innovation. Now, this innovation is it not it only to connect with skills to the government, to the servants in general.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. So, what are some key areas of focus in your research on international affairs, public management, and economic development that can guide us in preparing for the future of work?
It's a good question because I think it's a connection between the public sector with the public policy, with the strategic vision, on the development, international development. Because and theory about it. It's not only a person work with a potential knowledge and connection with around the country. It's necessary to connect with people, other take a decision. In other countries, in other continents, because it's necessary to obtain some knowledge, to obtain some solution. It's possible to obtain some policy. Okay, this is in one country, for example, this is in Mexico, is the good obtain some good solution about the public policy situation. It is possible to have, in according to the characteristic of the community to intervention when the public politics is possible to say to Peru or the country over analyzing necessary to connect with people now. And the group of people speaking only position, the social position, about the reality, about the economy and politics. It's necessary to know what is the social position of the difference. Um, and I think that is important. Not only not about the reading the book, or not only for participating in webinars or other spaces necessary to connect with a person face to face, possible. For example, create some meets, some meeting. And I said this with this about opportunity to connect to reality about the country, because the technology is more efficient to connect now. However, and I think that the fight to preparing to the position two is necessary to person's possibility to I don't know, is a special solution. And I think that is important to obtain some knowledge and I started to study too. When I repeat some speaks, for example, when national reality is different to areas or regional conditions where people work. And I think that is the more important for the government in general, for other people with involved in the NGO, for example, necessary to know what happened about the community, the society, what is the need related to the poor people, necessary to connect with these groups of people. The principal problem when identify for example, in the national government is that people work no, it's not necessary to know the reality. So, for example, connect with the person to person, the public change. And I think that is important in the case, and I had the opportunity to connect with this with and I my work was is the regional governments or the local governments. You know, and I obtained some other knowledge, not only the technical position too, however, and I identify with the needs to the people in general too. When I connect with the schools, with the stores, the teacher, etc. And now this is, and I obtained some experience and the feeling is so different. And I very grateful for this opportunity too because now in this year and I work for example with the local government and I think that is connect with us directly with the people doing it too. And I think when I finish this question is that yes, it's prepared to connect with the this opportunity. It's an opportunity to connect with the local government. I this is contain some more knowledge and other point is that study about the innovation to the government in general, the innovation in general for the focus about this topic because it's necessary to check for the view, the point of view, in general, to decision, what to connect with group of people.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your valuable insights on the future of work and how you expertise in economics, public policy, and international development can guide us. Your perspectives have been enlightening, and we appreciate your time and expertise. So, thank you so much, ma'am, again for giving me your precious time and precious answers. Bye.